Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It has been a little while, so I feel like I owe you a bit of an explanation as to where I've been the past few weeks with where I haven't been uploading my Dragon Ball Daima, reviews and breakdown. Um, and so yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of an explanation, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little hoarse, or a little rough. I've been really sick the past few days, and so I've just been trying to recover, getting back to 100%. And I've also started a new job a few weeks ago, and so I've been giving it all my attention. I just have to do it. You have responsibilities, and so I just have a lot to learn, and so I've just been putting all my attention and energy into that, and just making sure I'm able to fulfill my responsibilities and do all that. But it's been good. It's been getting better. It's very it's a little challenging physically, mix of physically and mentally. It requires a lot of focus and perseverance, but it's good. Things are going good. Things are getting better. And so I just wanted to explain, where I've been and, why I haven't been uploading lately. But we're back, and so I just wanted to let you know what was going on. I'm back now, planning on being back at least once a week, and we'll be uploading regularly again. And Dragon Ball Daima has been popping off. Since then, we've had a lot of amazing things. So with that, let's get to it. We have a lot of ground to cover, but we're gonna try and keep it, fairly short because you guys know what's been going on. I know what's been going on, but I still wanted to give some thoughts on some of the stuff. So, anyways, let's get to it. So I last left off with episode 10, Ocean, where uh, Goku and Vegeta and everyone had gotten together. They were heading towards the second demon realm to get the second Dragon Ball, and they're challenging Tamagami too. Vegeta had that amazing fight with him, and for the first time, man, it was so cool. I'm sorry I wasn't uploading it when it happened, but Vegeta finally went Super Saiyan 3. His Super Saiyan 3 looks a lot different from Goku and Gotenks. It's based a lot more off of the original concept art that Toriyama did for it. Where it's kind of like, stands kind of straight back rather than hanging down and, being more flowy. It's kind of like Rattata. That's how I think of Super Saiyan 3 normally. It's like Rattata, but it's golden. A bit spikier. But anyways, amazing fight there. Amazing episode. They met up with Neva prior, who, explained, why he was still on that planet. He was the only one left in his village. All his people had fled. And he was awaiting the day that Namekians would one day return. Neva turned out to be a pretty decent guy. And he was just helping Gomah. Gomah just asked him to do something for him, and so he did it. He hasn't revealed anything nefarious or anything since then. He had a pretty sad backstory, and it was what we thought it was. The Namekians, they fled the second demon world because they were being oppressed by people from the first and third demon worlds. A bunch of thugs and bullies, and Gomah's men, or the Supreme Demon King's men, were just tormenting the Namekians, and they had enough, and so they bounced. So Neva left with them and watched the fight. He has cool powers where he can power up the Tamagami, which was really cool. Gave Vegeta a really good fight. Up through Super Saiyan 2, he was whooping Vegeta. But once Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3, it was a wrap. So Neva joined along with them. Vegeta dominated Tamagami 2. He won the second challenge afterwards, which was a story question. Vegeta was able to get that right, got the second Dragon Ball. They head towards Warp, who had been deactivated by Dagesu, because him and Gomah was too afraid. He's like, you know what? No more risks. Go and shut down Warp. And so Dagesu did it. He went into this control room, pulled a switch, and Warp just shut down. So I guess he's an artificial being. I don't know exactly who or what he is, but it was really interesting. And again, I apologize for my voice. Just getting over this sickness. It's not fun. Um, After that, Goku and the gang they went to Planet Mega, where they saw the giants. They fought the giant like hamps, like the giant gerbils, and the the mega kid, the mega like they call it mega or megoth. Um, but it was just like a school student. It was like a little kid. And he was massive, and he was really strong. He had a dog that was also really strong. A lot of people were freaking out and complaining about that, about these beings that live on a in a world in a realm that predate the multiverse are really strong. But it is what it is. It was pretty cool. There wasn't a lot that happened that episode, but it was really pretty. It was a really pretty episode. After that, they finally make their way to the first demon world. Um, they have to go through that shield. Do you remember that glowing energy shield that was like in this? It was like that giant crater, like the giant hole in the center of the third demon world with like the light and the light shield. And as we find out that Neva is the one who created it. And Goku, he tries to tap it with his power pole, and it just fries him with magic. And so it knocks Goku out. Neva, he steps up and he deactivates it with his Pupilito Paro, spell that we hear in the trailer before the series aired. So they go through the shield. They enter the first demon world. Arinsu notices that the shield is down. Dagasu hears like wind before he like notices that the shield is gone. Like they can hear like the flow of air between the three worlds, which is kind of cool. Um, yeah, they notice that Goku and all of them, they're free falling. They're heading down there, and all hell breaks loose. Like the Gendarmerie armory attacks them. There's this big battle. They end up in like this military base, and they're getting bombarded. Like this is a strong military. People were kind of again complaining, which is pretty typical for Dragon Ball fans sometimes, but it's okay. It's a very passionate fan base, and I love being part of it. Um, so yeah, they have these powerful like weapons powered by Magilite, which is like this really powerful element. It's able to mimic like the light of a sun, and that's how it like yeah, it's really weird how they explain it. It like drips like water and stuff, and it evaporates and just spreads through the sky, and it like changes all the colors for like the second demon world and stuff. It's really expensive, really valuable, and it makes powerful weapons. And it fuels like all their like staves, their tanks, their planes, all their machinery and weapons. And so Magilite is very powerful. Um, Goku goes Super Saiyan and just wipes them. He goes Super Saiyan and just one shots them, like three shots them all. It was really cool to see. And so they wipe the army, make their way. In the following episode, we're introduced to like this, like a parody of like the not a parody, because the Guinea Force themselves are a parody, but it's just like another group, like another Sentai team of like Genda Armory soldiers. They're like these supposedly elite soldiers. They're pretty funny, but they didn't amount to anything. They were kind of pointless, honestly. Vegeta steps up and he wipes them. Like they were kind of built up by to be this kind of somewhat tough group, but they were a bunch of pushovers, and Vegeta just wiped them all. And it was beautiful to see, and I'm glad he didn't waste time with them. And while all this is happening, Goma and Degasu, they're watching everything unfold, on their big magic monitors, and they notice Hibis. And I was wrong. I thought it was just like a red herring, like where we thought it was gonna be the third eye on his belt, but I was thinking it was just gonna be some magical item that was just an eye, like in like D&D and stuff. There's lots of magical items. There's eyes that are used for like as crystal balls and stuff like that, and it just for different objects. And I thought that's what this was gonna be, but no, this is actually the third eye. This is the Tertian Oculus that Goma wanted. This is the powerful weapon of the Supreme Demon Kings that was lost ages ago. Um, Hibis. He's pretty funny. I didn't like him at first. I thought he was kind of just a little clown, but he's really funny. He was just hunting one day, and when he stumbled across the third eye that was stolen and dropped. Apparently, Deborah was the one who actually tried to get it from his father's possession, and so he had the guy he had do it. He broke into the vault, stole it, escaped from the first demon world, escaped to the second demon world, into the third demon world. He got crushed and killed, or crushed by an ogre, and he lost the eye. And then Hibis came upon it and stuffed it in his belt. I don't know how he did that, but yeah. So he had the third eye the whole time. Degasu, he hires this demon girl who looks a lot like Toa, um, or like one of the versions of Toa from Heroes, um, to go and retrieve the eye. So she goes and finds Hibis. She's like, hey, and I thought it was Degasu in disguise, but it was actually just she's just a normal girl. She just needed money, and so he hired her to do it. So she goes and she's like, "Hey, I really like that belt. What would can I give you anything for it in exchange?" He's like, "No." Um, I think she offers like I don't remember if she offers him like a kiss or whatever, but he's just like, "No, I have no need for that." He's like, "But I like your hat. I'll trade you for it." And so she's like, "Oh, okay." And it looks like a bunch of like pool noodles or like an inner tube. And so she just gives him her hat, and he gives her the belt, and she gets the eye and takes it to Goma. So it's pretty funny. So Degasu, um, he tries to escape. Like Goku and them, they're on their way. He tries to go and kidnap. He goes and takes Dende out of his nursery, and basically he just pulls out this gun, and he's just like holding Dende hostage, like while he's trying to get into like a plane, where he's backing away, holding him. He's like, "Hey, stay back. I'll shoot," and stuff. Um, but everyone they confront him, he threatens Dende a lot. He's a little unstable. A lot of people have been making comparisons like on how he's very similar to Zamasu. Um, but I don't think Dagasu is as bad as him. Like Dagasu, he wants to be king, um, but he doesn't want to erase like all life in the multiverse and stuff, or all mortals and stuff. So Zamasu is still a worse person than him, but he's still a bad dude for threatening a baby, and and um and so Glorio, he uses that hat that Hibis traded the belt for, and he whips it at him. And I thought it was Pansy. So he throws this thing and it hits Degasu. Pansy rushes in, catches Dende. They save him. Degasu gets one shot by Piccolo, gets arrested and taken away to somewhere. I think probably into the third demon world. I think is where they're taking him. The third demon world soldiers are the ones who took him. They showed up in the battle to help Goku and the others, and they actually saved him from a really bad situation. They like did like an air bombing on like Gomah's tanks and stuff, and it helped them a lot because those things were pretty powerful. But anyways, they took Dagetsu away. Gomah, the girl, the next episode starts. Gomah goes, he's panicking and doesn't know what to do. Dagetsu betrayed him, who didn't really like how they did it. I thought that him and Goma were a bit closer. I had the theory that he might have his own agenda, but it is what it is. Um, but the girl shows up and she's like, "Excuse me," and stuff, and uh, she shows Goma that she has the third eye and stuff, and he's just beside himself. He's so happy. He takes it and he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I just want to get paid. Can I go?" And she's pretty cool. I like this girl. Um, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, go next room over. You can take whatever you want. I don't care." And so she runs in, starts just looting the place, and Goma, he's has this funny sequence. He's trying to use like all these tools to get the third eye out of the belt, and I don't know how I would get it out. He's trying like screwdrivers, wrenches, all these things. Finally takes a plunger, just like and he just plunges the eyeball out and finally gets it. And but he doesn't know what to do with it, and so well, he knows what to do with it. So the girl comes back and she has like bags of treasure and like a crown and stuff, and Goma is just like, it's like, hey, before you go, push this eyeball into the center of my forehead, and so she does it. She's grossed out at first, but she finally does it for him, and Goma just immediately his personality just changes, and like this thing just like twists into his head, and, like veins like swell up and stuff, and he starts to transform. He gets big and he's massive. Like he, he honestly he looks kind of goofy, but there's some shots where he looks really cool. So Goma gets this beastly power up from the Tertian Oculus that he's been wanting since episode one. Um, the episode today titled Goma, episode 17. Can you believe that? I think we're 3 episodes away from the Daima finale. That's crazy to me. Um, so yeah, the episode starts. Goku and the others they had confronted Arinsu and or they arrived at Tamagami One to collect the last Dragon Ball, but they find out that it had already been taken. Tamagami 1 is like, oh no, the victor had already taken it. I don't have it anymore. And that's when Arinsu and Majin Ku and Majin Du show up. Majin Du, I don't remember if I covered him. I think I did. I think that was like the last one I did. He's the second Majin. He defeated Tamagami 1. He was actually really powerful. Um, and Ku is also powerful, but he just wasn't as powerful and just not powerful enough to defeat Tamagami One, but he's great. He a lot of people were worried about him, thought he was a dumb character when he was introduced, lazy design and all that. But he's actually really funny, and he's been one of the best characters in Daima. Um, him and Du's relationship is really sweet. So they're all gathered together. Goku and their group, everybody's together. Arinsu and them, uh, go or the Tamagami One. Um, yeah, everyone's together, and all three Dragon Balls are in the same area. Um, and Goku's like, or Arinsu's like, okay, let's make a deal. If you can defeat Majin Du, I'll give the winner can take all three Dragon Balls. And so Goku goes, steps up. Him after him and Vegeta argue for a while until Bulma steps in. She's like, Vegeta, no, it's his turn. It's his turn. Be an adult. It's his turn. And so Vegeta is just like, all right, fine. And so Goku and Majin Do square up and they start fighting. And it's actually, they seem to be, kind of pitched fairly evenly. Like, even though Goku's like mostly in base form the whole time, Majin Buu's still doing really well. And, he has those Majin Buu characteristics. He has those traits with the super durable body, the stretchy limbs, and all the stuff, all the tricks. Except for like the candy beam. I don't think we've seen him do that yet. Um, or absorption. But so they're fighting for a while, and then you see like this giant hand, like kind of reaching up, like on the castle, and Goma, he like climbs up, and he's just like the Hulk. He's just this massive, like juggernaut of like of what he used to be. And he's like this little imp character, but he comes up, fires a blast between at both of them. He like attacks Goku and Majin Du, and breaks up the fight, and everyone turns their attention to him. Realizes who it is. Goma comes down. He's just this beast. He kind of looks like, well, there's no kind of. He looks like a Pride Trooper. He's like this big, like God of Destruction, like Topo size, like Pride Trooper looking Goma, and he has like the similar outfit. It's like damn near identical. Um, everyone sees him. They're like, "Oh, you're Goma." And Goku, he's everyone's focused on him now, though. Like all the fighting stopped, and Arinsu notices he has a third eye, and she starts sweating. She's scared of this thing. She knows exactly what it is, and even Neva, who throughout Daima we thought, there's no thinking. He's a really powerful guy. His magic is really powerful, but even he was shaking, like at the sight of the third eye, and he couldn't believe that Goma had it. Um, And so yeah, it's bad news. The third eye is really, really powerful. It is not a joke item. Fight between everyone. They break out. Like Vegeta, he gets impatient. He rushes Goma, tries to punch him. Goma raises one finger and blocks Vegeta's punch. Like just stops him. And he's huge. Like you get a visual right here of how big this guy is, and like Kid Vegeta is like the size of his hand. Like not even the full size of his hand. And all hell breaks loose. Like he whoops Vegeta's ass. Like, I'm sorry, Vegeta. He gets smoked, and Goma's like, I'm gonna make a ring for us. We're gonna have a big stage for this fight to happen on, and so he uses his new power, the power of the third eye, and just kind of like terraforms like the entire area, and like all these like spiky like pillars like curl up like kind of like fingers and just curl around like this giant landmass, and he just creates this awesome looking ring, and um they all start fighting there. Like Goku, like Vegeta and Goma, they go heading up there first because Vegeta goes Super Saiyan and kind of pushes him back there. Goma starts chasing him and accidentally destroying his castle. And I apologize for my voice. It's I can't help it, but I needed to get back into this, and regardless of how I was feeling, so I appreciate you guys being here if you're here still. Um, anyways, so they're fighting. They get over there, and Goku's like, "Let's go, everybody, all of us," and they all leave. Like Goku goes, Piccolo goes, Supreme Kai goes, Glorio goes, and as the fight's going on, like Bulma, she comes up to Arinsu. She's like, "Aren't you guys going to help him? Aren't you guys going to help?" And Arinsu, she thinks about it for a minute, and she turns to Ku and Do, and she's like, "Go and fight with them." And so she sends her boys, her two sons, to go and help fight, and they're both excited, and so Do is just like, "Thank you," and they fly away and go to help Goku and the others fight Goma, and that's saying a lot. Like, and to make it even crazier, Neva, oh gosh, my voice. Neva pulls up beside Tamagami 1, and Tamagami 1 looks at him. He's like, he's clearing his throat, trying to get his attention, and Tamagami 1 looks at him. And Neva, I don't know if it's just me, because he, excuse me, 1 second. That's better. Neva nods to him. He's like winking at him, and Tamagami One's like what? And Neva, he reminded me of, I don't know, not because of like his personality, but just because his build, his mannerisms right here, and just his body shape. He just reminded me of Herbert from Family Guy. Herbert the pervert. And so he's like winking at him and stuff. And he's like trying to nod to him and telling him to go help. And he finally catches on. And he's like, "Oh, okay, I understand now." And so Tamagami 1 goes in to help too. And so we've got Goku and Vegeta, Piccolo, Glorio, Supreme Kai, Majin Ku, Majin Du, and Tamagami 1, all fighting Goma, like Third Eye Goma. And so we got 8 people, 8v1. And Bulma even says, she's like, "This is bad. Like, that's out of character for Goku to mention, to want to team up like this." And Neva's like, "That's just how overwhelmingly powerful he is. Like, Goma must be." And so we get an amazing fight. Excuse me. Oh, we get this amazing fight, and the music is amazing. I love this episode. This episode was so good. And yeah, it was just really good. Like, you'll have to watch it if you haven't already. Go and watch this episode. It's on Crunchyroll, it's on Funimation. It's on Hulu, on Fuji TV if you have access to that. It's amazing. Go and watch Dragon Ball Daima and catch up if you haven't. Anyways, so this fight's going on, beautifully animated. The music is godly, and Goma is just a monster. He's just manhandling and taking everything. Like the Super Saiyans can't do anything. The Tamagami can't do anything. Majin Buu can't do anything. Majin Buu, he actually, him and Goku, I think him and Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta have been doing the best. Like Dew hasn't done anything like super effective, but he's been able to like kind of restrain him using his, you know, his Majin like abilities, like his stretchy arms. He's able to like coil around him and hold him still for a bit. But the attacks that followed up weren't effective at all. And so Dew's really strong, and I'm very curious how strong he is compared to like the Buu Saga characters. But it's not enough. They're all these guys. We have 8 people jumping Goma. It's not enough. He's too powerful. The third eye is extremely powerful, and he has like powerful telekinesis. He's been like altering the environment, like changing the landscape around him. I want him to do a lot more. I want to see really cool abilities. This chance for him to use all these types of magic abilities. Goku and the others don't fight magic very often, and so I want to see how they can come up with a way to get around this. During the fight, Goku drops his bag with all like the bugs, like the revive bugs, the join bugs, the meta bugs, um, the butte bugs, and so maybe Bulma's gonna find it because maybe that's how she discovers it. She's gonna find it, and anyways, I don't know. We'll see. But Goku looks for him. Vegeta and him get knocked back to base form. They're in bad shape. And Vegeta's like, "Do you have any of those bugs?" And Goku searches for the pouch. Can't find them. He's like, "Crap, they're gone." And so Vegeta just passes out. Goku gets seized by Goma by like this telekinetic like magic he's using. Just kind of freezes him. Goku can't move. And he pulls him closer. Fires this big attack at Goku, trying to finish him off. Majin Buu and Tamagami 1, there's this really cool moment. They jump up and protect Goku. Like they stop his attack and fight it off. Um, and while they're holding it back, Goku's just like, all right, no choice then. He starts powering up, just powering up, screaming. His hair starts to grow. His body starts to change. He gets the eyes, loses the eyebrows, and turns Super Saiyan 3. Looks amazing. He looks so good. And that's where the episode ends. Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 and he's ready to fight Neva. Or, not Neva, excuse me. Goma. Third Eye Goma. And that's next week's episode. It's called Awakening. And so that'll be episode 18. Looks really good. We've got 2 episodes left. Isn't that crazy? Today was the third episode. So we have 2 more. Eight, or no, excuse me. 3 left. Yeah, we have 3 left. We have 3 episodes left. 18, 19, and 20. And so who knows what's going to happen. I don't know what this awakening is going to be about, but we're going to find out. But it was an amazing episode. 10 out of 10. Beautiful action, beautiful music, beautiful choreography and animation. Dragon Ball Daima is so beautiful, guys. Like I love this show. It's it's sad watching it because I just keep thinking about Toriyama and I just it sucks. Like it really sucks. And we're almost at the year anniversary of his passing. And that's crazy to me too. But anyways, amazing episode. Can't wait for more. I'll be back. Next time you'll hear from me, my voice should hopefully will be better. Again, I apologize for my absence, but I'm back. I'll be uploading regularly. I got this microphone now, and so things should be a little bit better. I don't know if you can tell much of a difference right now, but just because my voice is so bad, but and that, yeah, being sick isn't fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your health. Get your exercise. Drink your water and eat your vitamin. Drink your water and eat your vitamins. Um, but yeah, thank you guys. Take care. Have a good week, and we'll catch you later.